a living, Newman?
I'm a United States postal worker.
Aren't those the guys that always go crazy and come back with a gun and shoot everybody?
Sometimes.
Why is that?
Because the mail never stops. It just keeps coming and coming and coming. There's never a let-up. It's relentless. Every day it piles up more and more and more, and you gotta get it out. And the more you get out, the more it keeps coming in. And then the barcode reader breaks, and it's Publishers Clearinghouse Day.
All right. Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. It's a rough one. I slept good because I got air downstairs. Last day with no air. I'll have air shortly. 8 o'clock in the morning, they're coming back. Hooking everything up. Zip tying everything down. Then we're ready to roll. So, I'm putting the air on. Whew. It's really hot, these rhinos. But anyway, good morning, everybody. Game Time Brian. Otherwise known as the mailman, headed for his appointed rounds. No, not really. We're headed to the office. What is today? Taco Tuesday. Yes, I backed into my new driveway. Taco Tuesday, baby. Yes. Hope everybody is ready to roll today. Is it Tuesday? Yeah, today's Tuesday. Tuesday before, figure, July 4th already. My God. July 4th is already here. I do got a 3-day weekend coming up. Originally, I had... If I was carrying, I ain't dealing with this heat. I would take my days. I'm off. I would be off Thursday because my day off is on the holiday on Friday. So I'll be off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then I took a vacation all next week. And I wouldn't go back till a week from today. Well, 2 weeks from today. But I'm not. I'm working inside. So I'm not going to use it. I'll be using my vacation. I'm going to save my leave, baby. Rack it up. So I am going to take the Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Obviously, it's my days off. So, and then we'll work next week, and then we'll go from there. But 20 days, people. 20 days away from the start of the campaign for 2025. And the trolling has already begun. Welcome to our world. I got so many texts yesterday about that video last night. Listen, look at the description. Read the description. I know the Eagles weren't hot and heavy for Jalen Ramsey. It's a troll job. This is what happens to the Dallas Cowboys every day, all day. Just because you won a Super Bowl doesn't make you exempt for trolls. The difference is, Eagles fans, Philly D, it was a troll job, brother. The difference is, even when we don't want the spotlight, some of us Cowboy fans, we just want to hide in the shadows for a little bit until we get our head out of our ass. We can't, because we're up. We make money, right? You can say whatever you want about the Dallas Cowboys. They make more money than anybody by a long shot. They're the most popular, the most hated by a long shot. When that happens, expect the trolling. So we're trying to elevate the Eagles to that level, but, you know, it is what it is. I tried. I know the Eagles weren't big in on Ramsey. Neither was Dallas. But to say Philly D goes, if Howie wanted him, Howie would have got him. Okay, who was he gotten? I stand by that question, though. What is the big Howie move? Now I'm hearing, well, we're going to see if it's a shit show at a certain position, then Howie's going to go to address it. Wait, a shit show? There's no way the Eagles can have anything bad happen, right? No, we're not allowed to do that. Anyway, all kidding aside, we're going to slide into TJ Watt. What's next for TJ? He's going to get a deal, people, but are the Eagles in on TJ Watt? This is not a troll job. I think they may be trying to be in on it. Go ahead. Well, listen, we've heard it almost every live stream. TJ Watt. Eagles are getting TJ. Howie's going to seal the deal. It makes a lot of sense. He wants a lot of money, though. That's the thing. You're not exactly liquid right now. It's going forward when you look at the... You put void years on TJ Watt's deal, my God. You could be paying for a dude who's out of the league. I mean, I don't know. I like TJ, but he's close to the end, is he not? I mean, I don't know. But I give it to the Steelers. Steelers they're going all out for old Aaron Rodgers. So we're gonna see. We are going to see. It's funny. The Dolphins made these trades, right? The Dolphins trade Jonnu Smith and Jalen Ramsey to the Steelers. Now the Dolphins are looking for a tight end. It's like, you had one. I guess they didn't want him, I guess. Who knows? Who frickin' knows? But yes, there's a lot of traffic. 54 is a bear. There we go. We out. A lot of traffic there. But yeah, TJ Watt's most definitely going to go back to the Steelers, but that will be it. That will be a Howie move, right? Put in the comments. You want Howie to do that? You think Howie's making a phone call? You let me know. Look, let me know. And, you know. Oh, and Drew. How do you say Ringo's not going to be barbecue chicken going up against an All-Pro and I don't know. Did both? Put in the comments. Did Diggs and Bland, when healthy, are they both All-Pros? I think they are. But I know Bland made All-Pro. I know they both are perennial Pro Bowlers when healthy. Ringo got to be barbecue chicken. If they don't add to that room, you're going with some second-year guys. Drew, read my lips. Ringo gonna get cooked. That's a little troll job, but it is. You can't tell me my guys who got skins on the wall, right? Suck. But Ringo ain't gonna be barbecue chicken. All right, let's move it along. Let's keep it civil. 49ers, like I said, like we discussed a few weeks ago. The 49ers. I'm at Duncan's. 49ers have the easiest schedule in the league. Yes. Hold that thought. Yeah, for Brian? You can pull it around. Thank you. Yeah, Mitch is gone. Big Dick Mitch has left the building because that's not Mitch. I wonder where Mitch went. Look at you. Thanks, brother. All right, man. You too. Mitch who? Mitch who? This shit got there just waiting on me. Look at the size of this iced coffee. Look at that. I went with a large today. I went with a large. It's a nice latte, I should say. I ain't playing games this morning. Yeah, Mitch is gone. I saw one of the girls back there. She wasn't working both windows. So, anyway. Yeah, so the 49ers have the easiest schedule. And they are now the favorites to win that division. I'm telling you, they won't be as good. They're not going to be as good as they've been. Now, you know what happens. You know what happens. You go out and you give a guy a big deal, something bad gonna happen. Brock Purdy, you watch. Mid-season, they're gonna be like, it's an easy schedule. He's joking. But they are the favorites to win that division. I don't know. I have to analyze it more. We got plenty of time to do so. But we know that the schedule is very easy. They could rack up a lot of wins. They're relying on an older running back, which usually never works. And McCaffrey. I know they have other guys, but they are relying on an older running back. Now we're hearing Trent Williams wants to play for another 5 years. Okay. Good luck to you, bro. So the Niners are going to rack up wins. That's why he said, you know, I'm trying to get to double digits as a Cowboy, and I think they can. I'm getting a lot of people like email me their scores, and that's cool. I mean, their record. I'm not ready to do that. I want to see exactly. We have talent, right? I think we all, realistic people admit, offensively they're going to be powerful, but how well they're going to run the ball, because that's going to be the key to all the exotic blitzes and zones and cover twos, and again, just run the football. It makes the game easy. And who for the Cowboys is going to be leading that charge? You know, who's going to, again, I went back to when the Eagles won the Super Bowl under Nick Foles. They had Jay Ajayi in a rotation with Darren Sproles. And put in the comments, who was the running backs? Who am I forgetting? You know what I mean? So you don't, as long as you have a really good offensive line, you don't need a bell cow. It's not like we didn't go out and allocate draft resources for a Jaden Blue who's explosive, who's a rookie, okay, who's explosive out of the backfield. Is he an every down guy? We don't want him to be, okay? It's funny, now that the Eagles have Saquon, you got to have an every down guy. No, you don't. No, you don't. That would be false. You do not. Look what they're doing in Detroit. They're going with a rotation of guys. Jameer Gibbs, Montgomery, and there was more guys. So, not so much worried about the name. I'm just worried about more of the offensive line doing their job. But yeah, we're 20 days away. I do need to iron out the panel, the starting panel for the show tomorrow night. I need the panel to be ironed out. Who we going with Washington? Are we going back with Momo and then letting Chris Dooley in? Eagle, who we going with? We went with Bobby last week. Cowboys, who wants to do it for the Cowboys? And Giants, it's Jesse Montanez. It's Jesse. So yeah, let me know. 'Cause I need to get people's thumbnails and put them up on the or people's pictures to put them up on the thumbnail. But how about them Phillies last night though? 4-0, putting a little boot to asses out of San Diego. Bryce Harper's back, looks healthy. So much for he's out for the year with a Tommy John. I've never seen such a media just go so negative all the time. Bryce ain't coming back. He's got Tommy John. Now, he had a wrist problem. If anybody ever played baseball and swung a bat, if your wrist is really sore, it's not fun. Especially when you swing as violently as Bryce Harper does. So, the Phils are back. But yes, TJ Watt, just like Micah, I think it was George. George sent me info last night. It was a Facebook article. I warned him against Facebook because James Nooks, a.k.a. Loyal Cowboys, always sending me Facebook posts that are fake. I'm like, dude, you got to get off of that. I don't use Facebook very much because there's too much scamming going on there. Do not buy anything off of Facebook. Don't. Just real quick. Facebook, like if you see an ad for a business on Facebook, do not buy. I'm supervising at the post office. I spend most of my time tracking and identifying scams, usually through social media links. Don't do it. Don't do it. And FYI, any email you get from the Postal Service is fake. They don't email you. Especially if it does not happen. I'm getting more scams than fakes. There we go, Logan. Clear! Whew. Whew. I'm gonna need all of that coffee. I'm gonna need all of that iced coffee. Yes. Yeah, don't click on any links for the Facebook and any of those. Don't fall for, hey, we're getting a heavy item for under $100. It's a steal. I get it all the time. And then you get a little package in the mail, or you get a picture of the item. Just be careful with the scams, people. A lot of scam going on. But that's it for me. Let me know who we should have on the panel tomorrow night. I have to think about it. I haven't really sat and thought about it. We need people for the panel. Who are we going with? Who are we going with? So I may just rotate. So if I don't hear from anybody, I'm going to rotate. All right, everybody. Talk to you later. Again, a little trolling won't hurt anybody. We deal with it 24/7. I did finally watch the trailer for the Netflix. That should be interesting. I always like watching shows on Dallas and Jerry, but when you haven't won anything in going on 30 years, substantial. It's amazing that a team is that powerful, and they don't care. Jerry don't care. Even though I will say, I don't know who, I have to get back to my comments. I don't get emails anymore, so it's kind of stupid. So I got to click on the video and go down and do all the comments. But once my air conditioning is in, I'll be more comfortable sitting there going through my comments. I didn't even turn on the computer last night. It was hot as you know what. So, I lost my train of thought. Philly D, yeah, we were talking about Dallas. It is what it is. Talk to you later. Maybe I'll do it. Well, I'm thinking about going to the gym after work. So play that one by ear. I brought everything for the gym. Hopefully go to the gym, and then I'll talk to you later. I'll probably do a video on the way home. Maybe a live stream. If I don't go to the gym, maybe I'll do a live stream in the new cool air. Talk to you later. Peace.